cat, and I'm learning how to take care of a cat because I've never had one before. Thank you so much, Gabi. And let me see, what about you, Christian?
Hello everyone, my name is Christian Jimenez. I am from Bolivia. I am currently working in Brazil. I live in Sao Paulo, Hortolândia, and I am a full stack software developer. I'm 34 years old, and that's it. It's nice to be here.
Okay, I know you, Christian, from the other conversations, right?
Yeah, I remember. Sorry, I cannot open my camera today.
No, don't worry, it's okay. Completely okay. If you can, of course, it's good because we know each other. We can look at our faces and just, make the gestures, everything, but it's not a problem for me, okay? And Amanda told me she's going to listen today, so we're gonna talk, and she's gonna listen. But if you wanna say something or write, you can be comfortable, okay? So let's go. Good evening, YouTube. I'm Sarah. I'm your hostess today. Every Monday, I'm here to guide and have this moment to have a conversation in English. This is not a class. This is just our moment to have fun and share some ideas. Today, our topic is manners, like people who are polite, people who might be a little bit impolite, what type of situations we can experience or share here tonight. So the first question, can you give examples of what you think are good manners? Let me go with Gabi. Can you start?
Well, I think good manners is to be empathic to the other person and treating people well with respect, no matter the situation, which sometimes can be hard when we're feeling angry or something. But yes, and there are some places that we have to really have good manners, like I don't like in work and school, like always be polite, always be really respectful, know how to converse, to make a conversation, and I think that's it.
Yes, I agree with you. Very important, especially work is the place you have to be your best version, like professionally, and pass a positive image. Very good point. Thanks a lot, Gabi.
Yes.
And how about you, Andre? What do you think?
I think good manners is someone that respects each other, and someone that is helpful. I mean that needs that wants to help each other, respect their opinions, no matter what. I mean, of course, we need to be careful with we will say, but the people need to receive it's a good thing. I mean, yeah, good manner is someone that respects each other.
Yeah, very good. I totally agree with you. Thanks a lot for sharing. And how about you, Christian? What's your opinion?
Well, I agree with Andrea and Gabrieli. I think that good manners is mainly there is respectful for other people. The way that they think or the mindset that they have is the way that you can handle or you can get or how could you, or how is your behavior with the way that they think. Another kind of good manners, I would say, it's to great people, even if you don't know them, or and for example, let elder people to do things first in the lane or in the marketplace or or parking in some specific place that are for especially for them.
Yeah, very good examples. And when you guys said about respect, I thought like it's easy to be respectful and be polite with someone you like and someone you are like agree with, but when it comes to a disagreement, it could be very hard. And I really like the examples Christian brought as well. All of you actually, and I would add maybe I think one of the first things we learn as we learn a new language, it is how to be polite, how to ask things politely, how to say thank you. And I think that's very important because we don't want to pass the wrong idea to others, right? Especially if we are not so close to them. So I believe that saying thank you, excuse me, these are like basic stuff we learn, but very useful in our daily lives. And I truly like when people approach me like this, like respectfully. I don't like when guys are like, oh, send me a message on my phone and just say whatever you want. No, say good morning, say good night, and then you can ask for something. No, I think that's very something you should care about and pay attention, like Andre mentioned. That's my perspective. So the second question is a little bit polemic, I think, but it's good for us to compare our reality today and the past. So I would like Andrea to start. Can you read this question? And you can also share your opinion.
Okay, sure. Do people have worse manners today than before? Oh yeah, I think it's a hard question to answer, but in my opinion, no. I think nowadays we have people more polite. I mean, I also use it to listen my mom, my father, the old guys said that the old people are more polite than the youngers today, but I think it's not true because in the past we have an intolerance, and now we have more things that we need to care about. So in the past, we used to say, "I'm older than you, so you need to respect me," but it's not true. I think nowadays we also need to respect the older guys, of course, but if they said something that hurts you, and you need to say something. I mean, you need to disagree with, right? So that is my opinion.
Yes, fair enough. I haven't thought about it, like how they want to be respected, but sometimes they act like the younger generation. It's not worth the respect they want so much, right? Very good point. I'd like you to choose someone to answer the question so we can have more interactions, okay, with each other.
Okay, Gabriele Carvalho, what do you think about it?
I agree with you. I mean, in the past, we have a lot of intolerance, but today we still have a lot. But I think we are learning. It's taking a step of time. We are like the new generations are like questioning more the cost the society in general, and I think we don't necessarily are more polite, or I think we are making progress. That's what I mean. But I think it depends of the situation as well, because if you go to internet or Twitter, for example, there are a lot of people that are really mean out of nowhere. They don't have any reason to be that mean, but they are anyway. So that's really something that I don't understand. But people are like this on the internet. But I think in the real life, I think people uh, are so polite, and we are learning to respect each other more, even though it's taking baby steps, but it's happening. So yeah, I think it depends on the perspective, but I I believe that we are making progress, and I hope that we are creating better society to live in. And you, Christian?
Well, in my opinion, the new generations are more impolite than the older one. I think that it's because of the technology that we have right now. I can compare it because I have a little sister who was educated in a different way that we were for my parents, sorry. Um, for example, she is always in the cell phone or in the tablet, always doing another thing that she doesn't care about. For example, for her is not is something it for her is not normal to rate people. We have to say it. We always have to tell her, okay, you have to grade your grandfather or to grade your sister. She always forget that. I think that it's because of the technology. Right now, they are more concentrated in these kind of things. Um, and nowadays, for example, mothers or fathers cannot punish even childs in some countries. They can get demanded by them, and it wasn't like this in the past. So I think that technology has changed a lot these kind of behaviors in new generations.
Yeah, for sure. When you bring technology to the table, it's like it changes a lot of things, right? The perspective you brought, it's completely different. Very good, Christian. Do do you want to say something else? Do you want to add?
No, go
Okay.
ahead.
Very good. Because I was thinking like the I think we have this perspective. We might have this perspective that things are getting worse because that's what we listen like. But before, I think the respect was based on fear, a lot of fear, a lot of threats. You know, like you should respect me or this or that is going to happen. And now we are more free to speak, and when the youngest disagree from the elders, it's like it's not so well seen by a lot of people. They feel like they are being offended, so maybe that's a reason for us to get this idea that people are a little more unpolite than before. But when you talk about technology, I agree with you. It's very annoying how we have constantly young people ignoring everything that's happening around them just because they have a cell phone or something like this. I remember at Christmas where I was with my family, and my aunt, she suggested us to log off from the phones, like to turn off the phones and have a nice conversation, have a real conversation on Christmas Day, you know. And I did what she said. It wasn't easy, but I just left my phone at home because if I brought my phone, I was going to break the promise, you know. So maybe we can use some type of strategies to remind us to pay more attention, to live in the moment, and this type of stuff. But I agree with you.
Is it just me or
No,
internet?
it's
Sarah's internet
It's,
is
for me
slow.
I
too.
think it's me too.
Okay.
Yeah, she's freezing. I don't know what's happening.
I think it's her internet.
Oops.
She left, but I think she's going
To come back, right? Yeah, she
back.
dropped it. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys want to continue the questions, the discussion?
Sure. If you want to continue, we can continue. The question 4, right? I don't know.
Guys, I had a problem with my computer. I'm using Amanda's because she's my sister, actually. But we're gonna continue with the questions, okay? Let me see
Okay.
here. Gabby, can you read the questions? The next question for us.
Yes. What do you think are bad manners? Well, I think we kind of already answered that in the other ones, but I think bad manners is really to be rude, to not to respect the other person. I think when you are looking just in your own perspective and you don't want to see the other person's perspective, you are not empathy, you don't have empathy, and you are rude. I don't, like I said before, I don't know why people are so rude on the internet, on the social media. I think people think that they are behind a safe place and they just choose to be rude to offend people, and that's awful. And I think that's really bad manners. Not be respectful, not understand the other person, not even trying to understand the other person.
Thanks a lot, Gabi. Guys, Andrea, can you answer the question now? And I would ask someone to pass here because I cannot see it. I'm trying to reconnect my laptop, but right now I'm using another one, so that's why I can't see the questions. Okay,
Sure.
finish sharing.
Sure. I totally agree with Gabriela. I think she told almost everything, but about what are bad manners years, and I think Christian bringing us give an example in the other questions about the technology. Sometimes when I need to speak with my son, for example, if he has the cell phone in hand, I think like he doesn't care about what I'm talking about. So there are it's so bad to me. So that's it. And what about you, Christian? What do you think?
In my opinion, I think that Sarah brought a good example um, about mothers. That one that I really hate. It's not paying attention when we are in the table getting lunch, for example, and just pay attention on your cell phone. And when someone is talking to you or asking something, and there is some people who is just paying attention of the cell phone even when there is nothing important in the cell phone. They are just checking the social media or things like that, and even the current conversation at the table is more important or even more interesting. I don't know why people used to do that. Even I think that even us, even me, even I did it a lot of times, but it's something I am trying to change. To change.
Yeah, of course. If you are aware of the problem, it's also already something you can do to change it, right? You are not like denying that you have something to improve in your life. Can you listen to me?
Yeah, we'll listen.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
I was just curious. Okay, now it's better. Let me see the next question. So, question number 5. Can good manners in one country be bad manners in another country? So I'm gonna start.
I think so. For example, here in Brazil, if you are too straightforward, you just say something like, "I don't want to go. I won't go. I'm not gonna do this report." For example, like very direct way, people usually don't like. Me, for example, for me it's a little bit strange. So I think that's an example of how different it can be for different countries, and also I've heard that if you burp, for example, at the table in other countries, is not so strange as it is here in Brazil. I don't have the experience. I've never been abroad, but I think that it makes sense that some things here are unacceptable or very rude, and in other places they are just normal because it's a part of life. People make noises sometimes, but for me, I think if I were at a table and someone did this, I would be so okay. I would think a little bit odd, but I don't know. Just maybe it's a matter of culture and the references that I have as a Brazilian person. Yeah. And what about you, Christian?
Okay, I think that yes, it can be part of the culture of the country. I was thinking about an example. I'm not sure if it will be considered, but well, I think that it's a bad matter. For example, I had the opportunity to be in the United States, and when you buy something online, for example, in Amazon or another kind of stores, online stores, the mailbox let the or leave your package in your door. When there is nobody, in some places they just leave the package in your door, and you even when there is nobody in your house, you can back and you can check that your package is still there. Nobody Robert, your package. I think that it's something impossible. It's impossible to do that currently in South America. So I think that it's just an example. I would bring more, but it was the first one that came to my mind. I think that it's a good example about the culture in other countries.
Yeah, very good one. I can imagine like should not have my package robbed. you know, I would never do that. And how about you, Andre?
Yeah, I've never go abroad as well, but I think you will have a different culture in other country, right? So the things are happening different than the Brazil. So I think it's really important to search about the other country that you really want to visit it, to learn more about the culture, the customs, and everything you need to know about that country, and give you some respect about the culture of this country, even the religion, something like that.
Yes, even the way you wear, like the clothes, everything the way you present yourself, I think it could be offensive if you don't know, if you didn't search about the country. Very good examples. Thanks a lot, Andre. And how about you, Gabi? What do you have for us?
Um, yes, I think that it's normal that happens. I heard one day that here in Brazil we have that habit of like I'm going to a party on at a friend's house. It's 7 and it's 7 p.m. But if I arrive at 8 p.m., would be no problem here in Brazil. But in other countries, I heard that it it's really rude. You have to be in time, and this this habit we have in Brazil might be uh, rude for other people. I also heard, and I thought that was really strange. Um, that was in some country, I don't remember the country, but it got viral on Twitter. There is a country, I think in Europe, where if you go there, it's not common today offer you food. Like if you're visiting some friends and they stop and go have lunch, but they leave you there, they don't offer you to lunch with them. And for us Brazilian, it's really weird because we always when we receive someone in our house, we are like, oh, do you want something to eat? Oh, but you're sure you really don't want. And even though you will like open things to the person, so it's really weird for us to understand that. So yeah, that happens a lot.
Yes. Here in my house, I joke with my parents because they can't have anyone here without offering food, and I'm like, the person said no like 3 times, and they're like, oh my gosh, you sure you don't want to eat? Very, it's kind of annoying
Yes,
sometimes, the way we offer
yes,
and offer and offer again. Yeah,
yes.
I don't know. Let me see the next question. I think I'm gonna skip the next one because yeah, good table manners, not so interesting. Let's go to the next one. So question number 7. Can manners affect your success in life? How? Open question, you can share whatever it comes to your mind, okay, about this topic. Christian, can you start?
Sure. Well, I think that it's really important to have good manners in order to succeed in life. I think that if one person is not capable to to work with different people, because you will be always working with different people with that will grow differently as you, with different kind of mindset, um, even with different cultures. So I think that if you're not ready to work with them, to accept that ideas, you will never be able to succeed in life. Unless you would be the boss or the company. I think that that's the only. Even if you are the boss, I think that nobody is gonna want to work with you if you not capable with accept or be respectful with people, with different people. I think that it's I think that the one of the main is, I think, soft skills in order to succeed.
Yeah, very good example. Nobody wants to work for a unpleasant person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. And how about you, Andre?
Sorry. Yeah, I agree with Christian, and my mom used to say that respect brings respect. So if you want to be respected, you need to respect others. And of course, the I think the good manners bring us a good life, and maybe not not even in life, but in professional too. And for a company, if you want to become a manager or a boss, you need to respect each other always. So it's really, really important.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that the manners, it's not like something we can choose. Like I'm gonna do it my own way. I think we have like some social conventions we need to follow, and it's important like to be accepted and to be well seen by other people, especially at the workplace. And for example, as a leader, you want to set a good example. And if you are rude, you don't set the you can affect even the culture of the company. So if you are always getting late to work, or you are being disrespectful with others, they will feel like, oh, the company, we can act like this in this company. So I think you should be aware of the responsibility you have as a manager, as a leader. And even you are not such a big post in your company, you should always be respectful, because I think it's good for everybody to have the respect and make sure everything goes right and we are having a good time together. You know, I think when people are mistreated, they feel like hurt, and it's not okay to cause this for others, in my perspective. And how about you, Gabi?
Yeah, I totally agree with you guys. Um, I think when we work with someone who's really respectful and kind, we always think of them first when we come to, I don't know, ask for help or recommendating. So that can help you because people can remember, oh, that person is really, really respectful, and being respectful, it's also being professional. So people wants to work with professional people, wants to indicate professional people on in jobs and whatever. So I think it helps a lot. It's not everything, but there are other things that will affect your success. But I think it's a really important thing to have.
Yeah, I'm with you. The people I want to succeed are the nicest people I know. Like, I can't wish good things to people that are horrible to others. You know, it doesn't make any sense to me. So, very good point. And I didn't ask about this, but Andre mentioned he has a kid, right? Daughter,
Yes, I have a son.
a son. Okay, very
Yeah.
good. So, next question is about children. Okay, I'd like you to answer how you think we can teach these good manners to children. How do we do it? Is it difficult for you? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think nowadays is difficult in the past time because of the technology. So it's really hard to teach them. But I think the best way to teach the children nowadays is to give them some examples. I mean, it's not enough to say them what is a good manner, what is not a good manner. If you do the opposite, you need to do the right things and show them that it's the okay, right? I think
Yeah, very good point. Thanks a lot, Andre. And can you
thank
choose
you.
someone to answer the question?
Okay, and Gabriela, what do you think about it?
Well, I agree with Andre because I don't have kids, but I like kids a lot. I have a lot of little cousins, and I see that they learn by copying. Like they observe and they start to copy you, and that's really cute. And and that's it. You have to give them examples, um, and maybe showing them how it's not have manners is not a boring thing. I don't know. Make it interesting to the kid. I saw a lot of teachers teaching kids how to be polite, how to treat animals in a very fun and interesting way. So I think that's a way to. And you, Christian.
I totally agree with Andre and Gabriele. Uh, I wanted to answer that. I think the best way to teach about good manners is by your own example. Even being polite with people that it's rude with you, showing to kids or your child that the problem is not in you, the problem is in that people. It's a really good example that how we can teach them about good manners. Another example, yeah, I think that's my answer.
Thank you so lot, Christian. And Gabi said something at first about empathy. I think if you teach your kids how to put themselves in other people's place, they will feel like I would like to be treated like this. So they're learned by the actions how to be more polite, how to be more understanding towards others. So maybe these values are also very important, that you show them from the very early age how to the things that are important, like to be comprehensive, to be loving, to be caring. I think if you are giving them the right ideas, the right values, they have all the way to grow and to become great citizens of the world, for sure. And guys, I think we have time for one more question. Let's talk about, let me see. Okay, question number 9. What type of advice about manners would you give to a foreigner visiting your country? Let's start with you, Gabi. What are the tips you have?
I don't know. Well, I think there is a stereotype that foreign people think about Brazil, that we are like really touch people, but and it's true, but you can get here and start hugging people out of nowhere. So we are very touch people, but the people already know, we already have the emotional connection. I think that's it. I know there is a lot of things that is different, but I don't know what to say right now. What do you say, André?
I agree with you, Gabriele, and I also have a point about it, because I think Brazil is a difficult country because it's big. Brazil is really, really big. So, we have some cultures in the south, and the, the other regions of Brazil is different. So my advice about the partners that want to visit Brazil is where specifically of the states do you want to visit it, and search about it. I mean, the culture, because the majority of the Brazilians are kindly person, but we also have some people are not polite, and we have some difficulties here about some regions. So that's my advice for the one wants to visit Brazil. And about your question, what is your opinion about it?
Well, I was trying to find some examples. When I was living still in Bolivia, there were some people who were Brazilian people who were living in the house that was close of mine. I'm not sure if it's something about your culture, but when that person were trying to ask me something in my house, they didn't knock the door. They just clapped. I'm not sure it's something normal in Brazil, but it was kind of offensive for me because here in Bolivia we don't do that. I felt that I was kind of an animal because that guy was clapping in my door, and I said, "Okay, buddy, we don't do that here in Bolivia." So I think that the knowing about the culture it's something really important. Another example in Bolivia. Well, another example is when Bolivians go abroad. I know that in Bolivia we are kind of I wouldn't want to say we, but we're kind of dirty. We don't care about the I don't remember the just a minute. Okay, we don't care so much about trash, about recollection, about organizing our trash. There is a more trash in roads, in public places, and I think that it's about our culture. I think something really hard to learn or teach, because when Bolivian people go to another countries, they continue doing that, and it's something really bad. I get really ashamed to know that my own people is doing that in other countries. So I think that knowing, reading, or even asking to people that live in that country about the culture, it's something really important to learn more about that kind of mindsets.
Yeah, it's very important to not bring the habits you have in your own country to up others, right? Very, very interesting. I didn't know about this you shared about the Bolivian people, but I think when it's something created over the years, it's tough to let it go. You know, people are still gonna need some time to create some different habits about the environment, recycling, and so on, like you mentioned. The only thing that I would add to what you guys said, there is the people often think we are kind of lazy because we like to party, we have carnival, have a lot of some holidays that in other countries it's less common. But I for me it's very offensive when people just assume I'm lazy because I'm Brazilian, or that I'm easy because Brazilian women are like this, you know. So I think that's something very important to break this stereotype for others. And if they come here thinking about this, they are probably gonna face some conflicts, or they are not gonna have such a good time because of this prejudice, in my perspective. And Gabi, I thought you'd like to say something. Am I mistaken?
No, I was just it's just that I search in Google things that are rude in Brazil, and the first thing that show up is make noise with plates and cutlery. It's with uh, the the plate. I don't know how what the mean Italiano making noises, but there's a lot of things like if you can do it with your hands. The like we don't have much of this habit. We like always use napkins like guardanapos, or like eating pizza with a fork, different from other people, or like don't brush the teeth after lunch. It's considered rude. I think it's considered hygienic.
Yeah, for sure. We know where our hands have been, right? That's why you are so concerned about the hygiene. Wash your
Yes.
hands, not eat with them, use fork. Right, very good, the search. Thanks for sharing with us. I remember that I saw an American guy, Spencer. He's kind of famous on Instagram, and he said about how we always eat with fork and a knife. And for him, it was very strange because they just use the hands. But I don't like it so much. Just maybe at my own place, it's okay. I can use my hands. But in general, like a pizza place, I prefer to use the fork, you know. And
Yes.
I think I'm gonna just bring the guys back. Let me just close the rooms so we can receive them back. Our time is almost up. I would like to thank you for this moment here. Excuse me for some technical issues we faced, but I'm happy we can stick to the end. Do you guys want to add something about this topic, about something in general? Okay, so everyone will be back in a few seconds. Thank you so much. Andre, I hope you come back for other meetings. I promise it's going to be better.
No, it was good actually. It was very good. I liked it a lot. Probably I will come back.
Okay, we have
Thank
the
you. Thank
morning,
you so
okay?
much.
Morning, the afternoon, or at night, whatever fits you best, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
I appreciate your coming here. Sorry, my voice is kind of weird, but now it's better. Hey guys, welcome back to the main room. Sorry, I'm using another device right now, so that's why it's kind of different. But I'd like to know a little bit how it was a conversation for you. Let me see, Murilo, can you share about your perspective?
Yeah, it was amazing. Talks about the manners and respect to each others. It's good manners and respect another cultures, another opinions. Yeah, mainly your job. It's amazing. Yeah, for me, it was good conversation with my friends. That's it.
Thank you so much for coming. I hope you have a nice day and a nice night. Okay, it's a pleasure to have you here. Let me ask some of you a question. Hey, Katarini, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Everything okay?
Yeah, it was great.
Very good. So I have a question for you. Question number 7. Do you think manners can affect our success in life?
Yeah, I agree that manners can affect it because if we have the bad manners, especially in the work, people can judge us. So this can be affected our opportunity in work. So yeah, it's very important how to know have a good behavior, how to know have a good manner. So
Yeah, I agree with you completely. Thank you so much. We were talking about this in the other room, like leadership, they should be polite and set the example, for the others. And they influence the culture of the company. That's why it is important to provide these good manners for everyone. Thank you so much, Katarini. Guys, I share with you the link to survey. Okay, you can click and answer. I also share the website that I mentioned at first, so you can go and schedule our classes, English, French, Spanish, and Italian as well. Okay, that's very nice for me to have you here with me today. And just to finish, I'm gonna give the last question to Victoria, I don't know. I know you are a mother, so what is the best way for you to teach manners to children?
Okay, that one I was said, so I use the same example, like to teach children is like, okay, you have to be the example for them. So if you are acting like yelling all the time and a lot of other things, the kid was going to they will going to they going to do the same thing. Like if you're yelling, they are learning like, okay, yelling is the right thing to do. So if you're, I don't know, bopping at table, like they're doing it too. So the easy way, like it isn't easy, but I believe it's the easy way, is being the example for them.
Yeah, definitely. Great words. I think that every parent has this idea inside their heads like, oh my God, I should be paying attention to my behavior like all the time because my kids can watch and I don't want to give the wrong idea, right? Yeah, thanks a lot, Vicky. And guys, I'm gonna say goodbye to you now. Thank you so much for your time here. I hope you have a nice night and keep studying, keep improving, and do the things you love. And I see you next time. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye
Bye bye,
bye.
guys.
See you.
Bye.